Growing up, money was always a topic of contention in my family. My parents worked hard, but it seemed like we were constantly living paycheck to paycheck. This early experience instilled in me a deep-seated fear of financial instability, yet it also sparked a curiosity about money management. My journey to mastering the art of saving money is a tale filled with surprising revelations, inspiring moments, and valuable lessons. This is the story of how I transformed from a spendthrift into a savvy saver, armed with tips and tricks that anyone can use to achieve financial freedom. My story begins in my early 20s when I moved out of my parents' house and got my first job. Fresh out of college and eager to embrace independence, I found a small apartment and dived headfirst into adulthood. I was earning a modest salary, but the allure of freedom led me to make some unwise financial decisions. Nights out with friends, impulsive online shopping, and frequent dining out quickly drained my bank account. I was living the life I had always dreamed of, but I was also accumulating debt at an alarming rate. The wake-up call came one evening when I tried to pay for groceries, and my card was declined. Embarrassed and frustrated, I went home and faced the harsh reality. I was broke. That night, I decided to take control of my finances. I spent hours researching personal finance, reading books, and watching videos. I realized that if I wanted to achieve financial stability, I needed to master the art of saving money. The first step on my journey was creating a budget. This may sound basic, but it was a revelation for me. I had never tracked my spending before, and I quickly discovered that my money was disappearing into a black hole of unnecessary expenses. I started by listing my income and all my monthly expenses, from rent and utilities to groceries and entertainment. This exercise was eye-opening. Seeing the numbers in black and white made me realize how much money I was wasting. To create a sustainable budget, I used the 50-30-20 rule. 50% of my income went towards necessities, 30% towards discretionary spending, and 20% towards savings and debt repayment. This simple framework provided a clear structure and helped me prioritize my spending. It was challenging at first to cut back on non-essential items, but I was determined to stick to my budget. As I delved deeper into the world of personal finance, I discovered the concept of frugality. Initially, I associated frugality with deprivation, but I soon learned that it was about making intentional choices to spend less and save more. I embraced a frugal lifestyle, finding joy in simple pleasures and learning to appreciate what I already had. One of the most impactful changes I made was cooking at home. I'd always enjoyed dining out, but I realized that it was a significant drain on my finances. I began experimenting with new recipes, planning my meals, and even growing some of my own herbs and vegetables. Not only did this save me money, but it also became a fulfilling hobby. Another frugal habit I adopted was shopping secondhand. From clothing to furniture, I found that thrift stores and online marketplaces offered high-quality items at a fraction of the cost. This not only saved me money, but also contributed to a more sustainable lifestyle. One of the best decisions I made on my journey to mastering the art of saving was automating my savings. I set up automatic transfers from my checking account to my savings account on the day I received my paycheck. This way, I treated savings as a non-negotiable expense rather than an afterthought. Over time, I increased the amount I saved each month, and it became second nature. To maximize my savings, I opened a high-yield savings account. The higher interest rate meant that my money was working harder for me, earning more interest than it would in a traditional savings account. This small change made a significant difference in my savings growth over time. As my savings grew, I turned my attention to eliminating debt. I had accumulated credit card debt during my spendthrift years, and the high interest rates were a constant burden. I adopted the snowball method to pay off my debt, focusing on paying off the smallest balances first while making minimum payments on the larger ones. Each time I paid off a debt, I felt a sense of accomplishment and motivation to keep going. To avoid falling back into debt, I adopted a cash-only policy for discretionary spending. I withdrew a set amount of cash each week and used it for things like dining out, entertainment, and shopping. When the cash was gone, I couldn't spend any more until the next week. This strategy helped me stay within my budget and avoid the temptation of credit card debt. With my debt under control and my savings growing, I turned my focus to building an emergency fund. Financial experts recommend having 3 to 6 months' worth of living expenses saved in case of unexpected events like job loss or medical emergencies. This fund provided me with a sense of security and peace of mind, knowing that I could handle financial setbacks without resorting to debt. To build my emergency fund, I continued to automate my savings and redirected any windfalls, such as tax refunds or bonuses, into the fund. Watching my emergency fund grow gave me a tremendous sense of accomplishment and reinforced the importance of saving. As my financial situation improved, I began to think about long-term goals. Saving money was essential, but I realized that investing was the key to building wealth over time. I started by contributing to my employer's retirement savings plan, taking full advantage of the company match. This was essentially free money, and it helped me kickstart my retirement savings. I also opened an individual retirement account and began learning about different investment options, such as stocks, bonds, and mutual funds. I educated myself on the principles of investing, including diversification and risk management. While investing can be intimidating, I found it empowering to take control of my financial future. While saving and investing were crucial, I also explored ways to increase my income. I took on freelance work in my spare time, leveraging my skills in writing and graphic design. This extra income allowed me to accelerate my savings and pay off debt faster. Additionally, I explored passive income opportunities, such as renting out a spare room on Airbnb and investing in dividend-paying stocks. These additional income streams provided a financial cushion and contributed to my overall financial goals. Throughout my journey, I realized that mastering the art of saving money was not just about practical strategies. It was also about mindset. I had to shift my thinking from a scarcity mentality to an abundance mentality. Instead of focusing on what I couldn't have, I learned to appreciate what I did have and find joy in the process of saving and investing. Gratitude played a significant role in this mindset shift. By keeping a gratitude journal and regularly reflecting on the positive aspects of my life, I cultivated a sense of contentment that made it easier to resist unnecessary spending. I also practiced mindfulness, which helped me become more aware of my spending habits and make more intentional choices. As I gained confidence in my financial journey, I began sharing my experiences with friends and family. I was surprised to find that many people were struggling with similar challenges and were eager to learn from my experiences. I started a personal finance blog to document my journey and share tips and tricks with a broader audience. The response was overwhelmingly positive. Readers shared their success stories and thanked me for inspiring them to take control of their finances. This feedback motivated me to continue learning and sharing my knowledge. It was incredibly fulfilling to know that my journey was making a difference in the lives of others. Mastering the art of saving money is an ongoing process. The financial landscape is constantly changing, and it's essential to stay informed and adapt to new circumstances. I continued to educate myself by reading books, attending workshops, and following financial experts. I also periodically reviewed my budget and financial goals to ensure they aligned with my current situation and future aspirations. One of the most important lessons I learned was to be flexible and open to change. Life is unpredictable, and financial plans may need to be adjusted along the way. By maintaining a positive attitude and a willingness to adapt, I was able to navigate challenges and continue progressing toward my financial goals. My journey to mastering the art of saving money has been transformative and empowering. It started with a wake-up call and evolved into a deep understanding of personal finance, frugality, and the power of mindset. Through budgeting, automating savings, eliminating debt, building an emergency fund, investing, and finding additional income streams, I achieved financial stability and peace of mind. This journey has taught me that anyone can take control of their finances with determination, discipline, and a willingness to learn. By sharing my story, I hope to inspire others to embark on their own path to financial freedom. The road may be challenging, but the rewards are well worth the effort. Remember, the art of saving money is not about deprivation, but about making intentional choices that lead to a more fulfilling and secure future. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, or share this video and subscribe to this channel about personal finance and investing.